please turn off your cell phones. I checked mine when I heard the ringing, so if y'all will, Mr. Jordan, if you need help with that. The question, please tell us about yourself and why you think you're the best candidate for sheriff. And we'll start with Mr. Armour.
I'm at a disadvantage. I'm going to turn this chair over when switching back toward this mic before the day's over. My name's Del Armour. I am a candidate for sheriff of Rutherford County. I am the one candidate sitting at this table who has never worked for the sheriff's department. I've got 34 years of law enforcement experience. I started here at Murfreesboro Police Department. I've been on the Tennessee Highway Patrol, and I've been on the Tennessee Bureau of Investigation. During that time of 34 years, I have had a very diverse law enforcement career. I've had a chance to work with drug investigations, fugitive investigations, but I've got a chance to manage and disrupt gangs, and that's something we've got a problem in Rutherford County with. As a father, grandfather, Oakland High School graduate, I come from a long line of law enforcement. I want to give back to Rutherford County. You as taxpayers have given me a diverse career. I have the education, I have the experience to run your sheriff's department. I'm also going to run your sheriff's department without having a vengeful act. I'm not upset with anybody. All I want to do is get back to Rutherford County and ask how I can help you, protect you, and do the best we can for Rutherford County. Law enforcement is in my blood. This is the only thing I've ever known. All I want to do is give back to the citizens of Rutherford County. And by making our community safer and better, and do it as fiscally responsible as we can, that's what I pledge to you as citizens here of Rutherford County. That as sheriff, you're going to have an open door. You can come in, we're going to be a transparent department. We're going to build on the past. If there's some corrections that need to be, we're going to make them. I think the best thing about coming from the outside, I can see the trees in the forest. I probably will be known as a wise sheriff. Why are we doing this? Why are we continuing to do this? Why can't we do it better? Why can't we do it cheaper? If it's a program we need, we're going to continue. If it's a program that's outdated, just because we've been doing it that way for 20 years, maybe we need to change it. I pledge to you that I will work with the other agencies, whether they're law enforcement, road departments, the mayor's office, for the best of the community. As a taxpayer, you write one check every year to pay your taxes for your government. That money then is dispersed into individual agencies. And with you, 30 seconds. You expect your government to work together, and I pledge you that's what I'm going to do. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Armour. Mr. Arnold.
Well, good morning. My name is Robert Arnold, sixth generation Rutherford County. I've got a beautiful wife, Megan, a 6-year-old daughter, and a 22-month-old son. I was a sheriff in 2010, and I think since taking office, we've done an excellent job at our job at the sheriff's office. We have changed the culture within the sheriff's office. We have really brought in a lot more technologies within the sheriff's office. We've gone out into the public and get the public's thoughts on the sheriff's office and what programs we could use and could help. We started the Senior Citizens Awareness Network. It was a program that was brought to me that we go out into, we have volunteers that go out into the county and they check on senior citizens, and it's run by senior citizens. We, the sheriff's office, provide a vehicle and we do background checks on those people. We also have an outstanding canine unit. One lady brought that up to me. She thought that was a great thing that we had going, that we expanded. We just continue to keep doing a good job for the citizens. I do have an open door policy. Anytime that you, the citizen, want to talk to me, want to call me, I try to return your call that day. If not, it's the first thing the next morning that I do when I get to the office. I try to go out into the community every day and get feedback from citizens in this county of what's going on in the community, what problems that they have, what problems do they need addressed. And I think that we've been very successful in doing that. And we've built those bridges within the community between neighborhood watches, and different organizations within the sheriff's office and the community, and with the other public agencies. I've had an excellent working relationship with the county commission. We have taken things to the county commission and said, we need to do this. And they asked for the proof, and we showed them the proof, and the county commission has said, yes, we see the need for that. We have been very conservative with things that we've done within the sheriff's office. Right now, we're building a building behind the sheriff's office, and we're using complete inmate labor for that. We started the sheriff's office garden. It's funded by recycled materials. We recycle pallets and aluminum cans that our food comes in. We rinse it out, we recycle it, we sell it, and that's what funds our garden. My name is Robert Arnold. I'm running for re-election for the office of sheriff. Appreciate your support. Thank you. Have a good morning.
Thank you, Mr. Arnold. Mr. Kennedy.
Good morning. I first would like to thank St. Clair Senior Center and the AARP for having this forum. Thank you so much. My name is Bill Kennedy, and I am asking for your vote on August the 7th. I came to Middle Tennessee via Boots Donald. I was a football player at MTSU, and after my 4-year stint there, I walked away with a Bachelor of Science degree in education. I fell in love with this community. This is a community that has really reaped some benefits for me. I raised my family here, and about that time, another great leader, Sheriff Truman Jones, recruited me to the sheriff's office. And over 19 years, I spent my time in many different avenues there. I started off as a detention officer, went to patrol. I was the very first school resource officer in the entire state of Tennessee. Rose to the ranks as a sergeant, a lieutenant, a captain, a major. I was the commander over all school resource officers. Sheriff Truman Jones put me in charge of the 37 schools, the safety and security of 37 schools, and the 37,000 kids within those schools. Why am I the best choice for sheriff? I am the most experienced, most qualified, and educated candidate up here. My experience, as I said, is vast. Went through the ranks, and I'm not an outsider looking in. Sheriff Truman Jones put me in charge for a reason. Is because I have the leadership and the qualities to go in and make a difference now. And there's a lot of differences that need to be made. My qualifications, again, 23 years of law enforcement experience. My education, a Bachelor of Science in Education, a master's degree in Public Service Administration, and after this election I will be working on my PhD. I care about this community, I care about families, and especially I care about kids. As a school resource officer and a commander over the school resource officers, we went out and we found ways to solve problems. When there was a gang problem with Laotians, what we did was we went to the Laotian community. We went out and had a meeting with the Laotian community and brought forth change, and thus was able to stop the problems that were coming from Memphis and from Nashville, the recruiting that was happening there. I am Bill Kennedy. I am asking for your vote on August the 7th.
Thank you, Mr. Kennedy. Mr. Brown.
Good morning, everybody. My name's Jim Trammell. I am originally from Smithville, Tennessee. I don't tell a lot of people that, but I graduated from high school there. I came to Rutherford County in 1986. Started college, went to MTSU, studied criminal justice, graduated with a criminal justice degree. During that time frame, I met my wife. We started 2 small businesses called Valley Growers. Some of you may be aware, some of you may not. We took over the co-op about 3 or 4 years ago and have had a fantastic following by the community. When I first started law enforcement, I started in December of 1997 under Truman Jones. Just graduated from college and started in patrol for a short stint, and then got promoted to school resource officer. I did 3 years as a school resource officer. I did Smyrna Mill. I did Las Casas Elementary. I was Las Casas' first school resource officer. Switched back to patrol for 5.5 years to gain more valuable experience, to be able to get out in the community. One thing I did while I patrolled in my zones is I met the people. I didn't just drive up and down your roadway, have my window rolled up, and as you walked out the driveway, just drove the other way. I tried to meet the people in the district or in the zones, because you guys are the eyes or ears out there for us to solve crimes that happen in your communities. Believe it or not, that's about the 80–90% of the reason why we have crime solved is because we have neighbors who are keeping up and watching other people's property and things like that. I then got promoted to detective division. I did 3.5 years as a domestic violence detective, therefore short stint. I was the only domestic violence detective for the Sheriff's Department, so you can imagine my caseload. Domestic violence is a humongous issue that we still need to keep addressing every single day. I also did child abuse, been involved in many different cases involving child situations, DCS, stuff like that. Got promoted to, didn't get promoted, I transferred to property crimes. During the stint of my domestic violence year, I had the opportunity to go with another detective. We cracked open another old homicide called the Lynn Rand case. Some of you may be familiar, some of you may not be familiar. It happened in 1982. We got this case approximately 25 years after the fact. Through hard work and diligence, we cracked this case. My mentality is I will apply the same set of standards to be your sheriff and to continue on with a positive outlook instead of the outlook that we're having now. I appreciate your time.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Trammell. It brings us to our second of 3 questions, and just in the interest of fairness, I'll rotate the order in which people go. So we'll still do the mayor candidate